Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. I am Adam, and this is 5 reasons why Ten Hag would be a great manager for Manchester United. Now, before we get stuck into my reasons why I think he would be a great choice for Manchester United as their next permanent manager, get your thoughts in the comments below. Would you rather Poch? Would you rather Ten Hag? Would you rather someone else? Luis Enrique, Zinedine Zidane, so many names have popped up. Get your thoughts in the comments below and let us know what you think about Erik Ten Hag as well. Is he the man for you to be the next Manchester United manager? Now, let's get stuck in at number one. Number one for me is his tactics and his style of play. His style of play fits in with where Manchester United want to be moving, but his tactics are also very modern. And as we've seen with his success with Ajax, you know, when you look at what he's done in the Champions League, when you look at, you know, the way that he's had some of those players playing and improving, I think you have to look at him and think he is a manager that can compete with some of the best managers in the world tactically. Now, if he has the resources and he has the players and, you know, he has a club like Manchester United, who knows what he can achieve? Because we've seen what he can achieve with Ajax, with his tactics. You know, he's gone around different clubs as well, different countries. Worked under Pep Guardiola briefly at Bayern Munich. You know, he's been around. He's been sussing out the game. He's been learning new things. And we've seen him implement that at Ajax to great effect. He would have learnt a lot there as well. Would have learnt a lot in the Champions League. And hopefully he can bring that to Manchester United. You know, the platform's there for a new manager to potentially turn our fortunes around. Now, we know we need a lot more than just a new manager. We need those at the top of the tree and at the top of Manchester United to make the right decisions to enable a manager to have the foundations for success. But we need a new modern tactician, and this guy is it. In at number 2, I touched on it briefly then, he develops young players, and he develops all of his players. I mean, look at what he did with Sebastian Haller, who wasn't having a great time in the Premier League at West Ham, and then he turns him into like Champions League top goal scorer and all that. He develops players, improves them. Look at what he did with, you know, the young Dutch lads that were going through there. We brought Donny van der Beek to the club because of the performances that we've seen under Erik Ten Hag in the Champions League and in the Eredivisie. Look what he's done with the likes of De Ligt as well. I mean, he's developed a lot of players down there. He helped out Ziyech. You name it. There's a lot of players at a lot of clubs around Europe and around the top 5 leagues where Erik Ten Hag has developed and played a part in their development and coaching. And Manchester United, when you look at our club and you look at the academy, we've got some fantastic players coming through. You know, you look at the likes of Hannibal Mejbri coming through, Shola Sharatire coming through, you know, Zidane Iqbal. You know, you look at even Tedam Mengi, Ethan Laird, you know, Tahith Chong. Manchester United have a lot of talent. I've not mentioned a lot of them there. Charlie McNeil's another one. You know, I've not mentioned a lot of the talent that we have. He could develop some of those players and it could save us a lot in transfer fees. So then you can focus your transfer fees in areas where you really need to spend it. Is the man in terms of developing players as well. Now, in at number 3, it's that winning mentality. He has been at Ajax. He has been winning season in, season out. He's on for his 3rd league title in 4 seasons at the moment as it stands. And you look at how far he gets into the Champions League. I know they got knocked out in the last 16. But you look at, you know, some of the teams they got through in the group stages. You look at the run that he had to the semi-finals previously, beating Real Madrid. Like, he has a winning mentality and he inputs that into his team with resources and with players that he probably shouldn't be able to compete with some of these teams that he's facing in Europe. So, for me, that mentality and that winning mentality, if he can bring that to Manchester United and, you know, because, look, a lot of people will say Ajax are supposed to win the league, but they don't always, you know what I mean? There's a lot of competition in Holland for the title. So we need that winning mentality back at Manchester United. You know, Ralph Rangnick's come in and he's a good coach and this and that. But has he really ever won anything? You know, we need someone that's winning things. And even though some may say it's just the Eredivisie, he's coming in with that momentum. In at number 4, it's that Champions League experience. Like we just mentioned it, the victory over Real Madrid, you know, getting to the semi-finals with that team, you know, the group that he got through this year. I didn't expect Ajax to get through that group, especially when you look at them, and I could have mentioned this under developing players as well. Like, that Ajax team constantly selling their best players, constantly. You know, you look at the team that went to the semi-finals and then he just churns out another team where they're playing fantastic football and all that. Like, the Champions League experience is something. And even though, alright, he's gone out in the last 16 this year, I don't think he'll be scarred by that. I don't think he'll be scarred by past failures in the Champions League, because they won't feel like failures, you know what I mean? And especially that run to the semi-final where my boy Poch beat him to get to the final. But he shouldn't have been there. They shouldn't have been beating that Real Madrid team. Do you know what I mean? And they did it. Incredible. 5. Now, there's plenty more reasons, and you lot can get some in the comments below. But the 5th reason I'm going to go with is that momentum, that confidence, that lack of doubt. He's up and coming. He's not scarred by previous failures. And I think that is massive. You know what I mean? Like, Poch may come into this, especially if he gets sacked. You know, let's say he gets sacked by PSG and he comes into it at Man United. He comes into it maybe with a few scars of failure. Now, personally, I'd still go for Poch as well. If we get Poch, I think it's a great choice. But Ten Hag doesn't have that, you know what I mean? This is why everyone's queuing up for him at the moment. Maybe 2 years ago, everyone's queuing up for Poch instead. But at the moment, it's Ten Hag, and it's because he doesn't have that record of maybe not doing quite as well as he should have at the moment. He's achieving more than he should with what he has. And at Manchester United, look, I think he benefited from Ajax from having that structure. You know, he really worked well with Van der Sar, Overmars, etc. Now, Manchester United don't have that structure at the moment. So maybe we have to build that. Hopefully Rangnick can become a part of it. But we need to obviously put things in place to allow him to be successful. And to give him the foundations to be successful. But he'll come in with confidence. He'll come in and demand respect straight away. You know, there's clubs queuing up for him. You got clubs in Germany, Dortmund, I imagine, Leipzig, etc. that would want him. These are, you know, they're not Bayern Munich, but they're big clubs. Hearing about potentially clubs in Italy, Spain wanting him as well. He's a well sought after manager. And if Manchester United don't get him, I imagine he'll be taking a big job soon, or even going to Dortmund and then ending up at Man City in the future. So those are the reasons why I think he would be a good choice for Manchester United. Those are the 5 reasons. Let us know your reasons in the comments below for wanting him or not wanting him. Make sure you're liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to AdamMcKola TV as well. Until next time, I have been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here.